Okay, so let's unpack this. Over some
analyze this thing, not just the software itself, but the whole strategy behind it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to look at the core tech engine, the AI, how it hooks into the iPhone.
Right.
And then, yeah, dissect that incredibly specific audience it's aiming for.
And the promises it makes about building their brand.
Exactly. The prescriptive stuff.
And we've got insights directly from the creators, the Freedom Fusion System people.
Yeah, which is great.
So we can explore how they built this ready-made playbook.
Yeah.
Designed apparently to just cut out all that time you'd spend researching or listening to advice.
Right, saving hours listening to gurus, as they put it.
Huh.
Okay, let's start with the tech engine then, because here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
This whole system seems to center around a very sensitive AI avatar.
Mm-hmm.
The materials say it's injected into the interface, and it recognizes, well, not just what you type, but your actual physical and emotional state.
Yeah, like gestures, smiles,
Hmm.
your general mood.
Which is pretty advanced stuff.
And what's fascinating is how that recognition gets processed. It's not just sitting there. No, this emotional data, the gestures, it's immediately tied into the Gemini Live API.
Okay, Gemini Live. We should probably clarify for listeners what live means here.
Good point. Yeah, live means real time, like very low latency interaction with a powerful language model.
So no waiting around for the chatbot to think.
Exactly. You're interacting more like a conversation.
Yeah.
And the system's actually using your body language as part of the input.
Wow. Okay. And that real-time connection, that's what powers this immediate feedback loop they talk about.
That's right. The sources show specific actions the user takes. They get reflected instantly in a database.
Like what kind of actions?
Well, remarkably specific ones, actually. Things tied right into the creator economy routine.
Yeah.
Like if you wave your hand or maybe click on a step like trying to find a viral comment or clicking on doom scroll to find a TikTok video, that input gets registered instantly.
So it's logging everything, every click, every hesitation, every task you finish.
Seems like it. Basically building an operational audit of your creative process as you go.
To then give you better guidance, presumably.
That's the idea. Ongoing optimized guidance based on what you actually do.
This sounds incredibly complex, sophisticated anyway. But it has to run on a standard iPhone, right? So let's talk about the technical trick here. It looks like a normal app.
Right.
But the sources spill a secret. It's actually running inside the Safari browser. Why do that?
Ah, okay. That decision is, well, it's crucial. It really speaks to needing to get around standard limitations.
App Store rules, maybe?
Probably.
All right.
Running a really complex automation flow, one that integrates deeply with device features, that often bumps up against App Store guidelines.
Okay.
So by running it through Safari, they can then tap into the second key bit of tech.
Which is?
iPhone shortcuts.
Ah. Okay, so the shortcuts integration is the key. That's what unlocks the phone's deeper functions.
Exactly. That shortcuts integration makes it possible to tap into better functions, as the sources say, and lets the user mix it up multiple times. It's the bridge, really, between a web application, which Safari basically is, and the ability to access and control device functions, things you really need for creating content on the move.
Makes sense. Okay, AI, Avatar, Gemini Live, Safari, shortcuts, already pretty complex.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
Just when you think the stack couldn't get any weirder, they layer in a sensory experience.
The sensory.
The source material mentions adding ASMR elements.
It's in the ASMR. Seriously. Like the tingly sounds.
Yep. And combining those with whisper sounds.
Wait, whisper sounds while you're trying to work. For the listener, ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. Those sound triggers some people find relaxing.
That's it. And yeah, integrating these like relaxing whispers while you're, say, doom scrolling to find a viral video.
That's a best.
It's a bold move, isn't it? It kind of points to a design philosophy that thinks the creative process needs guiding, not just logically, but emotionally. sensorially even. Like they want to reduce the anxiety of making content by wrapping the whole workflow in this immersive, calming soundscape.
So we've got this really complex, real-time emotion reading whispering system. Okay.
Yeah.
If we connect all that technical plumbing to the bigger picture, it's all serving this incredibly laser-focused niche, right? Which brings us to the big question. Who on earth is paying for this kind of bespoke system?
Well, the creators define their audience with almost surgical precision.
Okay.
They call them the luxury pet moms over 40 and digital Seuss.
Wow. Okay. That is a lot to unpack. Let's break it down. Luxury pet moms over 40.
Right. So think high disposable income,
Check.
highly engaged with maybe their pets, their online presence, and potentially time poor, needing maximum efficiency.
Okay, that makes sense. What about digital Seuss? What does that mean?
Digital Cease, yeah. It's often slang for digitally native female entrepreneurs,
Ah, okay.
particularly those building brands online. Maybe coaches, creators, people monetizing really small niches.
Got it.
And this automation was specifically created by the Freedom Fusion System talent agency for this exact group.
So the agency built it for its clients or potential clients matching this profile.
Seems like it. The strategy is pretty smart, actually. Target users who have the money, they're committed, and they have a major pain point.
And what is that central pain point this whole system is designed to, well, obliterate?
It's basically the information overload problem, drowning in advice.
Right.
The core benefit, according to the sources, is saving an incredible amount of hours listening to TikTok gurus.
Okay, I can see the appeal there.
Instead of trying to sift through all this conflicting, often generic advice and then trying to build your own strategy, you just get instant prescriptive guidance tailored exactly to your brand and apparently even your emotional state at that moment.
So it's not just making you more productive, it's acting like a decision-making filter.
Pretty much.
You get these prescriptive real-time instructions popped right into your iPhone interface, telling you precisely what to do, what to say, what to post next, all to drive engagement.
And this loops back to maybe the most extraordinary claim they make.
Which is?
That AI avatar. It apparently serves a dual role.
Okay. Recognition of gestures, emotions, mood, we covered that. What's the other role?
Offering emotional support. Essentially acting as your therapist.
Whoa, hang on. Your therapist.
That's the phrasing in the source.
Okay. This system claims it can replace a human therapist and a marketing manager, all wrapped up in a Safari shortcut.
I know, it sounds...
Aren't they risking, I don't know, massively overpromising or taking on huge liability by saying an AI can be therapeutic?
It's definitely a bold claim. It reflects the ambition in AI development right now, doesn't it?
I guess.
But the language in the sources suggests it's maybe less about clinical therapy and more about preventing those emotional roadblocks in your creative workflow.
How so?
Like if the system detects you're frustrated or maybe low energy, remember the gesture recognition?
Yeah.
It could adjust its guidance or maybe deploy those ASMR whispers perhaps to gently steer you back to focus.
Ah, okay. So managing the emotional friction of content creation rather than like treating depression.
That seems a more likely interpretation.
Yeah.
Managing creative stress.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. And the ultimate goal, then, as the creators define it?
It's pretty straightforward, actually. Make it super easy for these users, the luxury pet moms, the digital sisters, to get more leads, more followers, more views, and ultimately more sales by turning brand building into this structured, emotionally supported process.
Right. Supported by whispers.
Apparently. Which brings us to the sort of high-level operational philosophy, how they package this simplicity.
Okay.
The system really champions the idea of the one-button solution.
Yeah, I saw that. The claim that if you spot a deficiency in your brand, like no content, no customers, you can just push a button and boom, it just like does it.
It's the ultimate promise of efficiency, isn't it? Almost bordering on magic.
But okay, here's the critical trade-off, right? How much control are you actually giving up for that efficiency?
That's the key question to analyze. The sources do highlight that it supposedly keeps the user in control by guiding them through steps, so they don't have to remember anything. The system handles the logistics, the strategy, the timing, but the user is still the one, executing, pushing the buttons, making the post.
Okay, so it eliminates the rote decision-making, like what should I post, when, how should I phrase it?
Exactly.
But it preserves the human element. So the content still has the creator's voice, their authenticity.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
It's framed as an efficiency tool, not quite a full replacement yet.
Right. An AI co-pilot with strong opinions and ASMR.
And the philosophy behind this particular brand of success, they call it spawning money through micro skills.
Micro skills. Okay, we need to define this jargon, especially terms like stacking TikTok sniping. What is that?
Right, yeah, stacking TikTok sniping. It refers to a really specific content tactic for a short-form video.
Okay, sniping.
Sniping implies like rapidly spotting high-performing content or trends, and then quickly repurposing them or reacting to them, jumping on the bandwagon fast.
Got it. And stacking?
Stacking means automating that process, doing it repeatedly in rapid succession. So the system pushes this idea. Success comes from automating these small, repeatable, super specialized content tactics.
Right.
Rather than relying on big, complex, time-consuming strategies.
In other words, stop trying to build the giant campaign. Just automate the tiny, specific tasks that actually get views and traffic right now.
Precisely. Quick wins, automated and stacked.
And this steering up the pot system, it doesn't exist in a vacuum, does it?
No, they point out a related tool in the ecosystem. It's called the BioSpice Social Blaster.
BioSpice Social Blaster.
Yeah.
Created by someone named Rome Wells.
That's right.
And it's described as the ultimate tool for this exact same audience.
Luxury pet moms and digital sisters again.
To blast trendy videos across platforms.
Yeah. So it suggests the market's moving towards these complete tool suites, right? Where every single part of the brand building workflow gets covered by a specialized integrated system.
Everything talking to everything else for that one specific user type.
That really is the synthesis value they're claiming.
Yeah.
The creators state it pretty clearly. Nothing else exists that
How did they put it?
that combines multiple apps together for your particular life on the go for your particular brand in a way.
That specific integration is the unique selling point.
Seems to be.
Okay. So let's try and wrap this up. What does this all mean for the broader tech landscape? We've looked at two core things here.
Right.
First, the powerful and frankly kind of bizarre technical stack. You've got the AI avatar, emotion recognition, Gemini Live.
Leveraging Safari and shortcuts.
And the ASMR, can't forget the ASMR.
And the whispers.
And the whispers. And we paired that with the realization that this hyper-specific, integrated, prescriptive guidance
Right down to the user's mood.
is maybe becoming the ultimate weapon against information overload.
Yeah, these tools aim to just eliminate the need for the user to manually synthesize advice from, countless gurus.
By just giving them the pre-vetted real-time answer. Push here, say this.
Exactly. It's a complete package designed to automate the thinking process for a very defined, very high-value audience.
Okay. So what does this mean for you, the listener, sort of watching this trend unfold?
Well, it reinforces the idea that customized tools are emerging really rapidly, not just to make tasks easier, but maybe to eliminate decision fatigue altogether. The whole concept of an app seems to be dissolving into this idea of an integrated, prescriptive workflow.
Right. The automation claims to combine multiple apps for a specific life on the go, making brand management almost frictionless, which I guess raises a pretty important question for you to maybe mull over.
Okay.
When AI gets fully integrated into our daily shortcuts into our browsers, when that line between a standard app and a personal assistant just completely dissolves, will brand management or really any complex daily tasks just become entirely autonomous, entirely prescriptive, demanding nothing more from us than, I don't know, emotional compliance and pushing the button when prompted?
I'm hot year round, no four seasons. When we at the pool, fill it up with tequila. She don't take shots, but she just had four. She ain't finna have a boyfriend no more. See, I'm outside, and you gotta understand. I don't wanna see none of this on the gram. Sweet life like Zach and Cody. Baby, I don't leave home unless the bag is on me. It's hard to get any better when I'm in this mode. Elevator straight to the penthouse with a nice road. Late check.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford more travel now too.
Launch the WebSocket. We're gonna go ahead and say hi. So we got the Gemini response. The everything is working. So we're inside of VS Code over here. So, and what we're doing, we are gonna try to get the smile. So what we're gonna create, and of course you guys already know what we're creating, but what we need to do, we need to send emotions into it. So squabble up, because we got quite a territory to cover. So we're gonna cover emotions, and how we're gonna send that directly into Gemini. So this is just to give you a little bit of context. This is what we're talking about over here. So the whole concept takes place around, if I was to show you this, it's a very easy way for you to build your brand, luxury pet brand, get marketing angles directly on your phone. And so this way you never have to worry about listening to TikTok gurus telling you what's hot. Instead, you get to build your luxury pet brand, spawn insane amount of money, guys. And all you need is just a few tools. The key is you want to have everything on a mobile iPhone, and you want to have a little AI bot that communicates with you directly in your iPhone. So what we're doing right now, we're creating a basic WebRTC session that's infused directly in your iPhone, in a browser, but you could also use that in your iPhone as a browser, and I'll show you how to operationalize this into an app. But the idea here is, as you can see, we're sending out text messages directly from a chat window into Gemini Live. This is not a regular Gemini Live that just like a chatbot that doesn't do anything for you. It's this one is kind of crazy because you could communicate with it in real time with extreme low latency. We're using WebRTC, and of course I had to pivot a little bit just to show you guys how this whole small version of the kind of a app is working, so this we could reproduce it directly for your brand. But we use those automations for our luxury pet brand, and those automations are a game changer. They allow us to see what the marketing angles are and allow us to stir up the pot across different iPhone app, but everything is in there. As you navigate through those steps, like when you doom scroll on TikTok, when you find a viral comment, remix the voice, all of those things are like when you navigate through each step, you get a little avatar that comes back and essentially communicates with you from the cloud. Woohoo! So anyway, I'm just gonna play that out for you so this way you can kind of better understand it, and we're gonna we're gonna go further with this. We're gonna go further. So
being rational, give them what they ask for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that'll reach that, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. Tell the niggas I'm sorry, it's a hotel party.
I'm hot year round, no four seasons. When we at the pool, fill it up with tequila. She don't take shots, but she just had four. She ain't finna have a boyfriend no more. See, I'm outside, and you gotta understand. I don't wanna see none of this on the gram. Sweet life like Zach and Cody. Baby, I don't leave home unless the bag is on me. It's hard to get any better when I'm in this mode. Elevator straight to the penthouse with a nice road. Late check out depending on how the night go. Neighbor got a noise complaint, that'll be alright go.
To the pool, to the back, come on. Tell the niggas I'm sorry, it's a hotel party.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally
Alright,
have
guys.
balanced digital life
Alright.
that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford
Alright.
more travel now too.
let's continue where we took off. Okay, let's continue where we took off. So let's go. So this is what we're gonna do. So we already have the chat room. Now let's go ahead and do something more. Let's engineer it a little bit more. So ChatGPT obviously it's not the most greatest when it comes to whatever we're doing. It's just it kind of got cooked, guys. ChatGPT is just forever taking slow. So we're gonna use the ChatGPT projects to continue kind of navigate through what we want to do, but at the same time, you know, we want to be using Gemini Gemini live. Okay, so but okay, so now can we get the avatar to, can we, okay, now I can see. Now can you bring back the UI user interface for the actual app that we had before? Right now it's just showing the canvas. Actually, before we do that, before we bring the app, can you now bring back the, I'm thinking before we bring anything back, let's just before we bring back the steps, let's make it react to our emotions. Okay, so we're gonna make it react to our emotions, just so you better understand what's happening behind the scenes. I'm gonna explain that a little bit better for you. So let's go.
So let's unpack this. You sent over some really remarkable source materials today.
Yeah.
It's detailing what might be the most hyper-focused piece of business automation we've ever looked at.
Right.
The steering up the pot freedom fusion system.
It's a fascinating deep dive, I think. Mostly because it hits on a big question in AI right now.
Which is?
You know, how specific can this tech actually get before it, like, breaks the mold?
Yeah.
This isn't your general productivity tool. It's more like a bespoke digital butler, really, designed for just one type of brand builder.
Absolutely. So our mission today then is to really analyze this thing, not just the software itself, but the whole strategy behind it. We need to look at the core tech engine, you know, the AI, how it hooks into the iPhone.
Right.
And then, dissect that incredibly specific audience it's aiming for.
And the promises it makes about building their brand.
Exactly. The prescriptive stuff.
And we've got insights directly from the creators, the Freedom Fusion System people.
Yeah, which is great.
So we can explore how they built this ready-made playbook.
Yeah.
Designed apparently to just cut out all that time you'd spend researching or listening to advice.
Right, saving hours listening to gurus, as they put it. Okay, let's start with the tech engine then, because here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
This whole system seems to center around a very sensitive AI avatar. The materials say it's injected into the interface, and it recognizes, well, not just what you type, but your actual physical and emotional state.
Yeah, like gestures, smiles, your general mood.
Which is pretty advanced stuff.
And what's fascinating is how that recognition gets processed. It's not just sitting there. No, this emotional data, the gestures, it's immediately tied into the Gemini Live API.
Okay, Gemini Live. We should probably clarify for listeners what live means here.
Good point. Yeah, live means real time, like very low latency interaction with a powerful language model.
So no waiting around for the chatbot to think.
Exactly. You're interacting more like a conversation.
Yeah.
And the system's actually using your body language as part of the input.
Wow, okay. And that real-time connection, that's what powers this immediate feedback loop they talk about.
That's right. The sources show specific actions the user takes. They get reflected instantly in a database.
Like what kind of actions?
Well, remarkably specific ones, actually. Things tied right into the creator economy routine.
Yeah.
Like if you wave your hand or maybe click on a step like trying to find a viral comment or clicking on doom scroll to find a TikTok video, that input gets registered instantly.
So it's logging everything, every click, every hesitation, every task you finish.
Seems like it.
Very
Basically
good.
building an operational audit of your creative process as you go.
To then give you better guidance, presumably.
That's the idea. Ongoing optimized guidance based on what you actually do.
This sounds incredibly complex, sophisticated anyway, but it has to run on a standard iPhone, right? So let's talk about the technical trick here. It looks like a normal app,
Right.
but the sources spill a secret. It's actually running inside the Safari browser. Why do that?
Ah, okay. That decision is, well, it's crucial. It really speaks to needing to get around standard limitations.
App Store rules, maybe?
Probably.
All right.
Running a really complex automation flow, one that integrates deeply with device features, that often bumps up against App Store guidelines.
Okay.
So by running it through Safari, they can then tap into the second key bit of tech,
Which is?
iPhone shortcuts.
Ah. Okay, so the shortcuts integration is the key. That's what unlocks the phone's deeper functions.
Exactly. That shortcuts integration makes it possible to tap into better functions, as the sources say,
Yeah.
and lets the user mix it up multiple times. It's the bridge, really, between a web application, which Safari basically is, and the ability to access and control device functions, things you really need for creating content on the move.
Makes sense. Okay, AI avatar, Gemini Live, Safari shortcuts. Already pretty complex.
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
Just when you think the stack couldn't get any weirder, they layer in a sensory experience.
The sensory.
The source material mentions adding ASMR elements.
It's in the SMR. Seriously. Like the tingly sounds.
Yep, and combining those with whisper sounds.
Wait, whisper sounds while you're trying to work. For the listener, ASMR is autonomous sensory meridian response. Those sound triggers some people find relaxing.
That's it. And yeah, integrating these like relaxing whispers while you're, say, doom scrolling to find a viral video.
That's a best.
It's a bold move, isn't it? It kind of points to a design philosophy that thinks the creative process needs guiding not just logically, but emotionally, sensorially even. Like they want to reduce the anxiety of making content by wrapping the whole workflow in this immersive, calming soundscape.
So we've got this really complex, real-time, emotion-reading, whispering system. Okay. If we connect all that technical plumbing to the bigger picture, it's all serving this incredibly laser-focused niche, right? Which brings us to the big question. Who on earth is paying for this kind of bespoke system?
Well, the creators define their audience with almost surgical precision.
Okay.
They call them the luxury pet moms over 40 and digital Seuss.
Wow. Okay. That is a lot to unpack. Let's break it down. Luxury pet moms over 40.
Right. So think high disposable income,
Check.
highly engaged with maybe their pets, their online presence, and potentially time poor, needing maximum efficiency.
Okay, that makes sense. What about digital Seuss? What does that mean?
Digital Seuss, yeah. It's often slang for digitally native female entrepreneurs,
Ah, okay.
particularly those building brands online. Maybe coaches, creators, people monetizing really small niches.
Got it.
And this automation was specifically created by the Freedom Fusion System talent agency for this exact group.
So the agency built it for its clients or potential clients matching this profile.
Seems like it. The strategy is pretty smart, actually. Target users who have the money, they're committed, and they have a major pain point.
And what is that central pain point this whole system is designed to, well, obliterate?
It's basically the information overload problem, drowning in advice.
Right.
The core benefit, according to the sources, is saving an incredible amount of hours listening to TikTok gurus.
Okay, I can see the appeal there.
Instead of trying to sift through all this conflicting, often generic advice and then trying to build your own strategy,
Yeah.
you just get instant prescriptive guidance, tailored exactly to your brand, and apparently even your emotional state at that moment.
So it's not just making you more productive, it's acting like a decision-making filter.
I'm hot year round, no 4 seasons. When we at the pool, fill it up with tequila. She don't take shots, but she just had 4. She ain't finna have a boyfriend no more. See, I'm outside and you gotta understand, I don't wanna see none of this on the gram.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford more travel now too.
Acting as your therapist.
Whoa, hang on, you're a therapist.
That's the phrasing in the source.
Okay, this system claims it can...
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford more travel now
The
too.
emotional friction of content creation rather than, like, treating depression.
That seems a more likely interpretation.
Yeah.
Managing creative stress.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. And the ultimate goal, then, as the creators define it.
It's pretty straightforward, actually. Make it super easy for these users, the luxury pet moms, the digital sisters, to get more leads, more followers, more views, and ultimately more sales. By turning brand building into this structured, emotionally supported process.
Supported by whispers.
Apparently. Which brings us to the sort of high-level operational philosophy, how they package this simplicity.
Okay.
The system really champions the idea of the one-button solution.
Yeah, I saw that. The claim that if you spot a deficiency in your brand, like no content, no customer.
Was a black grand national. Fuck being rational. Give them what they ask for. It's not enough. Few solid niggas left, but it's not enough. Few bitches that'll reach that, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. Hey. Hey. All I ever wanted was.
Woke up looking for the broccoli. Hot key, keep a horn on me, duck on my seat. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. Woke up looking for the broccoli. Hot key, keep a horn on me, duck on my seat. IP, ownership, the blueprint is by me.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford more travel now too.
They call it spawning money through micro skills.
Micro skills. Okay, we need to define this jargon, especially terms like stacking TikTok sniping. What is that?
Right, yeah, stacking TikTok sniping. It refers to a really specific...
Tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck. Must have on a beat, bro, deep bow, any rap, he a freak though. Man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe. Let them boys to the cross, they walk around like tees. Tripping, I'm sliding, I'm riding through the back like fuck.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford more travel now too.
Specialized content tactics.
Right.
Rather than relying on big, complex, time-consuming strategies.
In other words, stop trying to build the giant campaign. Just automate the tiny, specific tasks that actually get views and traffic right now.
Precisely. Quick wins, automated and stacked.
And this steering up the pot system, it doesn't exist in a vacuum, does it?
No, they point out a related tool in the ecosystem. It's called the BioSpice Social Blaster.
BioSpice Social Blaster.
Yeah.
Okay, created by someone named Rome Wells.
That's right.
And it's described as the ultimate tool for this exact same audience.
Luxury pet moms and digital sisters again.
To blast trendy videos across platforms.
Yeah. So it suggests the market's moving towards these complete tool suites, right? Where every single part of the brand building workflow gets covered by a specialized integrated system.
Everything talking to everything else for that one specific user type.
That really is the synthesis value they're claiming.
Yeah.
The creator stated pretty clearly. Nothing else exists that...
How did they put it?
that combines multiple apps together for your particular life on the go, for your particular brand in a way.
That specific integration is the unique selling point. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. What does this all mean for the broader tech landscape? We've looked at two core things here.
Right.
First, the powerful and frankly...
All right, today we're jumping into something pretty wild. It's an online system called Freedom Fusion Automation, and it's making some big promises, like revolutionizing how you build a brand using an AI avatar that, get this, reads your emotions. And the end goal? To help you, and I'm quoting here, spawn money. So what on earth is this thing? How does it even claim to work? Let's dig in and find out. Okay, so right off the bat, the creator comes out swinging with this. It's okay if folks want to stay broke. Wow. I mean, that's not just marketing, is it? It's a line in the sand. It creates this immediate us versus them feeling. You're either in or you're choosing to stay broke. It's framing this whole thing as a critical choice, not just some tool you can buy. So the big question is, who is this actually for? Well, this is not for everybody, not even close. The creator's going after a super specific group of people they call bougie boss moms. And here we have it, spelled out. Luxury pet moms over 40 and digital cis. Digital cis seems to mean, other women in the online marketing world. This is laser focused. I mean, that's a core part of the whole strategy, right? It's basically saying, hey, the problems we solve, the lifestyle we're selling, it's just for this very specific club. So what problem is this system trying to fix? It's something I think a lot of us can relate to. They call it guru overload. You know that feeling? You're just drowning in advice from all these online experts, especially on TikTok. You're constantly chasing trends, you feel this insane pressure to post all the time, and you're never really sure if you're doing the right thing. This system is basically saying, hey, we're the cure for that burnout. And that cure, that proposed solution to all that overload, it's called the Freedom Fusion System. It's being pitched as a totally new way to grow online. One that's supposed to take you away from all that manual grunt work and into a much more automated, streamlined world. This really lays it out, doesn't it? The old way is you spending hours and hours just listening to TikTok gurus. But the new way? You're getting prescriptive recommendations right on your iPhone. It's a huge shift. You go from just consuming generic advice to getting personalized commands. Think about that. The system isn't just giving you ideas, it's pretty much giving you your marching orders. Okay, here's a really interesting technical bit. This whole thing, it's not an app you download from the App Store. Nope. It's actually an automation that runs right inside your phone's web browser, Safari. And that's a big deal, because it lets the system really hook into other parts of your phone, like your camera and your shortcuts. It makes the whole experience way more seamless than a normal app could ever be. All right, so how does this thing actually work? What's going on under the hood of this browser automation? Well, the secret sauce, apparently, is a personalized AI avatar that's basically your guide.
Alright guys, I figured I'd just take you with me for a quick morning walk. Thank you guys for jumping in. Right now I'm heading out to work, and I figured I'd just take you guys with me. That's right.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted.
The features are
Plus,
pretty
I can
unique.
afford more
For
travel
starters,
now
The
too.
creator says it can act as your therapist, using your mood to guide your brand. Okay? And then there's this. It includes ASMR elements like whisper sounds. I mean, this isn't just a tool, is it? It's clearly designed to be this whole intimate sensory experience. Okay, so you've got this AI therapist with whispers, but what's the point? What are the actual results? Well, that brings us right back to the ultimate goal, the spawn money promise. And the answer is about as direct as it gets. And here's the bottom line. The whole point is to take all those unique kind of therapeutic features we just talked about and turn them into cold, hard business results. We're talking more leads, more followers, more views, and of course, more sales. It's supposed to be a direct line from that AI interaction right to your bank account. I'm going to make it super easy for you to spawn money, guys. I mean, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? It's not about working harder or even smarter in the way we usually think about it. The language is so telling. Spawn money. That's straight out of a video game. It makes it sound like money just appears automatically, like some kind of magic spell. So how do you actually spawn this money? Well, it's all about mastering something called micro skills. The example they give is stacking TikTok sniping. Now, that probably means some kind of automated way to find and jump on specific trending content or users. The whole idea is to take a big, complicated growth strategy and just boil it down to one simple, automated thing you can do over and over. And this whole philosophy doesn't stop here. It pops up in other tools from the same creator, like something called the BioSpice Social Blaster. The name says it all, right? It's for blasting your videos out across a bunch of different platforms all at once. It just drives home that core idea. Get the biggest results with the least amount of actual work. Okay, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. What does all of this really mean? Well, a system like this is pointing to a future where your entire online brand, your whole persona, could be pretty much on autopilot. I just push a button and boom. I don't have to remember anything, guys, it just does it. That quote just perfectly captures the dream, doesn't it? You don't have to think, you don't have to plan, you don't have to strategize, you just push a button and the system takes over. It's like outsourcing your brain to an AI. But here's the really fascinating twist. Even with all that, the system claims you are still in control. So the AI is telling you what to do, what to say, what to post, but it's all framed like you're still the boss, the director of the show. It's this weird middle ground, automation that feels more like a guide than a total replacement. You know, that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. If you have an AI that's reading your emotions and telling you exactly what to post to spawn money, and all you have to do is push the button, then who's the actual creator here? Is it you, or is it the system? It's a deep question, and it's one we're going to have to grapple with a lot more as tools like this start to change the whole game for creators online. All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating strategy for anyone trying to stand out in a super crowded online world. It's all based on the work of Rome Wells, and it's a blueprint for turning a regular old store into a full-blown luxury brand. So, let's dive in. So, does this feel familiar at all? You've got an online shop, you've got a great product, but you feel like you're just one of thousands of people all selling basically the same thing. How in the world do you break through all that noise? Well, the source material has a name for this. It's called the just another Amazon seller problem. And it's a tough spot to be in. When you're just a face in the crowd, the only thing you can really compete on is price. It just becomes this race to the bottom, and it's practically impossible to build any real loyalty or get the prices you know your products are actually worth. But here's the good news. There is a way out. The whole idea is to make a big strategic shift. You stop selling just a commodity, and you start creating a community. You're moving from just selling a product to selling an entire brand experience. Okay, and this slide really lays it all out, right? On the one side, you've got your typical seller. They're just moving products, fighting on price, and living off those one-time sales. The goal is to get over to the other side, to become a lifestyle brand that sells experiences, commands premium prices, and most importantly, builds a loyal tribe of repeat customers. And this quote, this gets right to the heart of the psychology behind it. Your target customer isn't just buying a thing. They're buying into a feeling, a certain status, an exclusive club. And it doesn't matter if it's for pets or anything else, the principle is exactly the same. You provide that amazing experience, and suddenly, the price tag isn't the most important thing anymore. So you're probably wondering, okay, how do I actually do that? Well, the key tactic that's proposed here is bundling. You're combining your physical products with exclusive services to create an offer that's just irresistible. Think of it like a value ladder. For instance, you could offer a product discount to get people to join your community, but once they're inside, maybe they get exclusive coaching or other perks. And from there, you can upsell other premium services that go way beyond that first product they bought. And let's be clear, this is not just some quick sales trick. It's a retention strategy. The whole point is to turn a first-time buyer into a long-term fan who really trusts your brand and wants to keep investing in the whole world you've built for them.
Thanksgiving, y'all. And our parents are home for Thanksgiving, y'all. And our parents are real happy to see us. So they're gonna treat us like queens.
This may be their house, but for the next 4 days, we about to run this bitch.
Walk in the door, hand my bag to the valet. In case you're wondering, it's my daddy. Head straight to the fridge like a boss, yo. Hell yeah, my mom went to Costco.
It ain't my house, but I'll tear it up. Get a plate real dirty, won't clean it up. Then I roll up to the washer laundry game. I'm not gonna do a hold up for just one side.
Cause I'm a back home baller. If I want something, I just holler. I do what I want and I get what I want. Cause my parents miss their daughter. We're home for Thanksgiving. Our parents are
I don't care about your first love, it should be your last one. Nothing like your last one. You look better on me, that's fashion. Won't block your shots, lights, camera, action. Never been a love me over, let me not play.
ThreadStack provided everything I need to finally have balanced digital life that I always wanted. Plus, I can afford more travel now
Connect
too.
with each other, learn, and grow their businesses together. And here's where you see the real value. It's so much more than just a chat room. Members get direct access to the author through free workshops. They get premium guides, special workshops, and maybe...
All right, guys, so this is what we're doing right now. We are sending this thing right here. Woohoo. So, yes, okay.
Hi there, how can I help you today?
We're getting closer. Hi there, we're getting, it's beginning to communicate with us. Okay, so we're gonna just compile the, yes, we're gonna compile all of this and we're gonna make that personalized. We just need to think of how we're gonna, we need to figure out a way how we're gonna get this beast working, guys. How we're gonna combine voice together with complete interactive, immersive experience with as you navigating through each screen. Okay, so let's go. So okay, so this is going to be our design. All of this, guys, if you want to download this app, I'm going to commit it to GitHub. So let's do that. Let's commit it to GitHub real quick. So let's see. Actually, you know what? Yes, I think what I'm going to do is I think let's do a little bit of thread stacking. Let's do a little bit of thread stacking, guys. Yeah, we just shortly we'll do a little bit of thread stacking.
Be most importantly, a direct connection to other people just like them. It's that mix of content and connection that really makes it special. And of course, this model has recurring revenue built right in. As just one example, the source points out that a premium guide called the Thread Stack is offered inside the community for a monthly fee of $14.99. Getting in is designed to feel simple, but also intentional. The call to action is super clear. You go to the author's Instagram, you send them a DM with one specific keyword, and you get a link. It makes it feel like you're taking a deliberate step to join an exclusive group. So we've looked at the strategy, the tools, the community. Let's just boil this all down to the one core idea that you really need to take away from all this. At the end of the day, this entire model is about one huge shift in focus. It's about realizing that in today's market, your product is really just the ticket to entry. The real lasting value is in building an entire world around that product. A complete, exclusive experience that people actually want to be a part of. And that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Take a look at your own business, your own project. Are you just selling a product, just competing on price? Or are you building an experience that creates real value for a loyal community? Because the answer to that question, well, it could change everything. Thanks for tuning in.
Alright guys, so as you can see, I have an assisted AI avatar that provides content descriptive recommendations in the process while I'm building this, providing kind of an immersive experience for you, maximizing your learning effectiveness exponentially. My name's Ron Wells. I'm a 21st century freedom writer, former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut with a double degree in mathematics, and I wanted to help you guys build your luxury pet store. So this week it's Spawn Some Money. and sell more products and get a bunch of UGC creators to create content for you. So you're going to need a couple of things. Number one, you're going to need a fire-looking system that's going to take control of all of your leads. And of course, guys, I'm going to quickly show you that system. And so this way you can kind of recognize what this thing does. And of course, it's called Freedom Fusion System. You have your own campaign. Basically, it's like your own sub account. And what you do is you take control of all of those leads. Especially as you're building your brand, you're going to have a lot of people from China, suppliers, who you're going to be working with. You're going to have different types of UGC creators that you need to be working with, and to get them to, sell your products, and so this way you can make more sales. You need to control them, meaning you need to be sending marketing angles to them. You need to be sending them through different pipelines, and having your own book appointment system and a process as well. So this is something that that any business can use, but we use it for our luxury talent brand. But we also had few restaurant owners also were impressed by this and wanted to have a solution for that. Although our focus is mostly luxury pet brands, if this is the kind of system you could have, like your own book appointment system, so people could quickly book appointments from you. And of course, this is an example of how we do it over here. And here's our sales rep. In case if you guys are interested in reselling our Freedom Fusion system, our Freedom Fusion automations, you most certainly can do that as well and earn some money. We provide an opportunity for folks to resell our feudal incubators and our Freedom Fusion System CRM, which is what I'm showing you over here right now. But basically, it just includes a bunch of chatbots, email nurturing campaigns. So let's say you're trying to promote a restaurant or any other kind of business. What you want to do, you want to get that restaurant. I'm just going to kind of give you an example. Let's say you wanted to have a restaurant where people call and communicate with you in real time with your bot. You could set them up with a system like this. So this way they could track all the calls and provide all sorts of rewards for their customers when they come into their store, into their restaurant. And recently I went ahead and I described for you an innovative way to get leads just by going to restaurants, having a little bit of food and then signing them up for systems like this. Take a look whenever you guys get a chance. If you're bored, it's a good story. Like imagine you going out and eat, and at the same time getting leads from restaurant owners. You could totally spawn money from the system just by selling it to the owners. So what we do with the Freedom Fusion system, obviously, here's what you see is a centralized conversational place that makes it possible for us to get inbound requests from all the platforms, Insta, Facebook, from wherever those people are coming from. And there's going to be, obviously, you're going to have a lot of customers. You're going to have, when you start selling your TikTok products, you're going to have many people interacting with you, and it's going to be really easy for you to get lost. For me, it was just, I only had 3 people reach out and I was already lost. If I didn't have that system, I don't know what I would do, guys. But the idea here is you could combine the centralized communication platform like this with something like iMessage and email. And iMessage is way better than SMS. Most people don't use, most people kind of block SMS. They don't like SMS. Same thing with email. People don't look at their email, that kind of stuff. So what we did, we came up with our iPhone engagement machine. If you're struggling with your leads, let's say if you have a high profile lead that hits you and you want to respond to them with SMS, then you're most likely going to lose the lead. If you're going to respond to them with iMessage, you're going to increase your chances of getting the lead. So we have iMessage automation that integrates directly with your phone, and it integrates directly with our Freedom Fusion System CRM. And what allows it to do, it allows you to do this on a go. So if you are getting a high profile lead from a luxury company or somebody and you needed to respond to them, you respond with your everything semi-automated and digitally tailored for your brand. And so you get a little nice pop-up message on your phone saying squabble up, you got the fire lead. And you'd be like, I bet. And then it just guides you through the whole process of creating prescriptive video response back to that lead, and you hit them hard right away from just the phone it will increase your engagement exponentially. And of course, this is yeah, I'm still surprised people using SMS and emails in 2025. I mean, emails, like if you're scaling, yeah, you will need like emails and SMS, sure. But if you have like 1 or 2 leads once every 3 months, which is majority of the cases, then iMessage is probably the best way that you're gonna, just like if you look at your phone and ask yourself, like if somebody sends you a message on your phone and you looked at like a green message that comes from SMS and a blue message, who do you think, like which message most likely you're gonna respond to? The blue one that is called iMessage, that's most likely you're gonna respond to, because it just looks like it's coming from a friend versus from a marketing company. And there's like gazillions of reasons why people would respond on iMessage. We did the testing. It was absolutely insane. Like people would respond. It's all like, all of those guys is part of psychology. Everything that I'm describing is like, if you combine those systems with psychology and some of those latest technologies like iMessage, you're going to be able to break through the ideal customer profile. So over here, what I'm showing is like this thing is essential digital marketing. Like essentially you have to get leads to come to you, and this is what we use over here. As you can see, we have different socials like X, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, and effectively all of those posts are happening on a recurrent basis. They're just kind of like being dropped across all those socials. And of course, that brings leads as well. And you could include like recurring posts. You could look at the whole calendar and just blast them through so many different platforms, guys. Then once you start coming in, once those leads starts coming in, you're going to be like, okay, I need to give them something. And of course, in your particular case, you already know what kind of leads. It's luxury pet brand leads. But the idea is, what we do, we set everything up for you, so you don't have to worry anything about it. We have all the campaigns, email marketing, and everything you need to, like when somebody buys your luxury pet product, when somebody adds it to a cart, when somebody, like before they buy it, after they buy it, throughout the entire phase. So we have all those email automations, so this way you get them, like they just go out and hit the person. The reason why we use our Freedom Fusion System CRM is because it's super stable. It's built on a platform trusted by thousands of successful businesses. It just makes it a gazillion times easier for you to have the repetitive outcome, not having to guess if maybe some API is broken or something with some of those automations out there. But so what you see is combination of, like for the calendar, let's say you wanted to sell this to restaurant owner, and the restaurant owner be like, I need somebody who would respond and get the respond to my restaurant, who can kind of get a little coupon code. You could generate a bunch of QR codes from here and create coupons for those restaurant owners, and design a bunch of like automations, so when people call, they pick up the phone, your AI avatar is going to pick up, explain everything. The way it's easy, if you guys want to convince restaurant owners, all you got to do is go to a restaurant and watch my video that I showed you. Guaranteed you're going to be able to pull like leads like nothing, guys. Just first go out and eat. So the way it works is you go and eat in a restaurant, and then you approach the owner, and then you show something to the owner that allows them to buy this from you. There's certain tricks, psychological tricks, and not only psychological tricks, but actual problem tricks. Like when I spoke to the owner almost wanted to cry, because when I came to the restaurant the other day to eat, and the owner approached me and said, "Can you please provide me a review on Google? You know where it's at." And I'm like, man, now I gotta open up my phone and look for what the restaurant name is, and it's just regular. I mean, I could do it, but a regular customer, under no circumstances, they're gonna be lazy and they're not gonna do it. So what I did is I showed them a video from TikTok Shop of that, like where a little credit pop card. It's called a pop card that you pop up right in front of a iPhone, and it just pops up your Google review, pops up of your restaurant, and I explained that to the owner by just showing the video. He almost wanted to cry. He didn't know that this thing exists, and his restaurant was getting negative reviews from some silly negative reviews, and he didn't know what to do, like how to solve this problem, because even though he would approach people in the restaurants to provide reviews, they would like not provide them. And he was an older gentleman. I came up to him and I said, look, I love this restaurant. I came down here for quite some time, but look, if you need help, get this push card, get this card. And he's like, oh, where is it? And I said, oh, it's on TikTok Shop. You could get it on TikTok Shop. So what I did, and he was just so amazed by that. And then that was my way in to introduce myself and say, hi, my name's Ron Wells, and I live in Stamford, Connecticut. I'm a full stack cybersecurity engineer. And what we do, we help business owners like you promote them. We provide everything from talent, digital faceless marketing to blast yourself across multiple platforms, your restaurant, everything from AI content driven automations with real-time technologies with the latest and the greatest digital offers for your restaurant people. So this way they could quickly come in and they can learn, they can get like a coupon for you. Your restaurant is going to be constantly on the top of their mind. So of course, guys, that's a topic for probably another conversation, because there's just so much stuff that I could talk about for how you could get the leads. But the reason why we like Freedom Fusion system is because you don't need to be. Some of you will say, well, Rome, I see a voice AI agents. What do they do? Well, over here it's really simple, guys. Everything is centralized. You just use it, you create your voice agent, and it will be just responding to your restaurant calls. And I'm just giving a restaurant example, but obviously it's applicable for any brand. And you could use this in combination with, for example, we do it over here. If you go to our talent agency, so you could use a little chatbot over here and just communicate with the chatbot. Now keep something in mind. When people communicate, you could include the context. It's everything's centralized. You don't have to think or build anything complex like what I'm showing you over here. In this workshop, everything is mobile friendly, optimized, and then you could communicate and say, hi, what kind of plans do you guys have? Now keep something in mind. Regular restaurant people, customers, they're not going to be like, oh, let me go into a website and talk to a chatbot. No, but they're going to call. And when they're going to call, how are you going to get them to communicate with your AI avatar? Well, to solve that problem, here's how it works. Once you have the Gemini Live API working in real-time communication, just like what we're showing over here for our luxury pet brand, you could redirect the person when they call to say, hey, if you want to book a reservation, hit 1 to talk to our AI avatar assistant. And they'd be like, 1. They hit 1 and boom, it just sends them the link on their iMessage saying, oh, click here to communicate directly in real time, in almost real time, like a human, or the same speed, guys. This is why it's such a big deal, this live API. If it was still talking like a bot or slow or whatever with pauses, I wouldn't be jumping on this. But because I see how fast it evolved, I wanted to quickly jump into this. And of course, when you start promoting any kind of services, products, or programs, you want to show a little portfolio. Like over here, I included a portfolio of how we promote brands, and you could kind of see the video over here. And it's just like me drinking things and doing small quick UGC, promoting a restaurant and explaining to the restaurant owner, that me and my wife, we could go ahead and promote your restaurant, but also we could create a fire looking video. I showed him some videos. He asked me for how long we have been in business. I explained it's 2 years, and I didn't explain too much that we have a talent agency or anything like this. I just focused only on what the business owner, the pain point. I saw he was struggling, almost crying. I looked on business reviews, on Google reviews, and I explained to him that our Freedom Fusion system, I didn't even give him the name of our Freedom Fusion. I just gave him the link to our Freedom Fusion system. And I just told him we have Google Reputation Management, where we're going to be analyzing your reputation. We're not going to let your reputation sleep just because somebody was mad at you because they didn't get a chicken or a biscuit. We're not going to let it sleep. We're going to ensure that your managers and your waiters will get, like, if somebody puts a negative review on your restaurant, well, you could combine the system to notify them, and the restaurant owner saying, hey, somebody left a negative review. Go ahead and use this push card, this pop card thing, where waitress smiles, comes up to the person and says, hey, I'm hoping everything's okay and you like this, like how everything is going. Would you mind leaving us a review? Now, what you want to show to the restaurant owner is that we will set up the system. And as you can see, here's a review of Jackson Ford. He's one of our sales reps. He loves to play video games, and he showcases our Freedom Fusion system in his YouTube channel. So if you can follow him, feel free to follow him, guys. And I was going to do a little bit of threat stacking, and I'll probably show you an example of how to use some of those automations to get leads quickly. But I also wanted to describe to you, like, what you could do with the system and how powerful this is, and that you could resell that and make money. And you could combine that with your other services, like digital marketing services, where instead of just kind of telling the restaurant owner, they don't really care about just one thing. They don't, like, if you take a look at any business, they don't really care. Like, I see a lot of people making a mistake. They just opening up AI automation agencies and nothing else. It doesn't work like that in the real world. In real world, like, you go to a restaurant, the restaurant will close down if they don't solve the problem of customers changing their thinking perception about the restaurant. The only way you're going to change that perception is through maintaining the Google review. And of course, when you communicate with the restaurant owner, guys, you don't want to talk about any Google review. How should I say it? You don't want to talk about anything complex. You want to talk about something really simple, like showing the TikTok shop video of a push card, because it's instant. One thing I learned in life, and I wish I learned this earlier, is that people, they don't like when it's something super complicated. They prefer something extremely simple. I learned that from one of the 20 years old TikTok shop dropshipping gurus. He's making like insane amount of money. I only follow a few people, guys, on YouTube, and you're gonna see who I follow. And I don't follow anybody else. I only follow a few people. And when I followed that TikTok shop guru, he explained how people, I learned the automation techniques. I learned psychology stuff. And so what I discovered his tricks in physical products that he's selling, and I relate those. I harness the power from that TikTok shop dropshipper guy into automations and into a talent agency. Because what he talked about criteria of picking a product, a winning product that will make you a lot of money, so this way you don't end up getting scammed and buying something wrong and end up not making any sales. So I watch this guy. I don't typically watch, as I mentioned, I don't watch many people, and I watch him, and he's like spending thousands of dollars per day on ads, and he just describes how people think. And when he describes how people think, he shows his workflows for TikTok shop. And what I do with my talent agency and my feudal hustlers, we snipe his incredible ideas and we operationalize them and hand them off to moms over 40 in luxury cities. And what I discovered from him is that people, they love when it's something instant, with something that they could see, something that they could be like, something about them, something that they could see. And I didn't do that before. I'd be just jumping into like really complex stuff and not really showing like many elements that you probably seen today. You probably already seen some crazy things going on. Now, keep something in mind. If you remember what I just mentioned, people are like, you could literally by maybe in 3-4 months, if you follow this channel, and in combo with my advice for who to follow as well and my guidance, you could legitly pave a path of becoming a millionaire, guys. Becoming a millionaire. You could pave that path, and it's a real path. You could do it, but you just need guidance, not from the TikTok gurus who will just like destroy you, cook your brain so hard that you're not gonna recover, but from somebody who already went through struggles, trials, triumphs, and tribulations, and you get that like real tea, guys, and not just like, hey, do this advice, but actual automation that you could just follow, hit the button, and grow your TikTok shop, luxury pet store. And I haven't seen that anywhere. And mostly I've seen TikTok gurus. I haven't really seen anybody just like saying, hey, just press a button and it will, here's a marketing angle for you. Everything is ready, just press a button. And you just press a button and guide you through the existing apps that you already have and tell you like, create a script. And you be like, I bet. And you open up CapCut, but it's all happening, like it may seem simple, but the truth is, if you look at so many different apps that you have on your computer, you're going to be like, oh, damn, it's not simple, because, or not even on your phone. When you look at so many apps, you're going to forget about any kind of strategy that any guru described to you the next day that you even watched it. I'm sure it's going to come in through your ear. You're going to be like, okay, I understand it. I get it. And you're going to feel rewarded. You're going to feel amazed. But then you're going to be like, damn, I'm not making any money. And you're going to discover you're doom scrolling to infinity. So we'll help you solve that problem. Okay, guys? We'll help you solve that problem, because I was a victim of that problem myself, being a TikTok zombie and a thread zombie. And when I saw that, I was like, man, I can't do that. I gotta fix that. So the cool part, so what we want to do, we want to give you the tools of your very own Freedom Fusion. So let's say if you wanted to join our feudal incubator, we have a few programs, like a coaching program for people who want to join our feudal incubator and get access to Pills of Freedom, which is basically like really sophisticated workshops. and everything is described in Notion, etc. It's like, if I was to show you what the Pill of Freedom is, it's basically, think of it this way. Anything you see in Slack channel, so sometimes we drop some of those Pills of Freedom in the Slack channel, you get access to them, and you get to just learn. Like, here's a building stirring up the pot, this Freedom Fusion. So we have the following programs. So here's our programs, where we train you depending on where you are, where you want to be trained at. Let's say if you're missing digital faceless marketing skills. Let's say you may be extremely smart person, but the truth is, like, people don't care about it. That's what I learned about the TikTok shop from that guy, from that guru. The truth is, people don't care how smart you are. They will never recognize you for anything that you're trying to sell until you like get in front of their face and do something crazy like what I just showed you in this workshop over here. Now, remember, you're not selling automations, guys. What you want to be doing, you want to be selling your business. You want to be selling your ideas, and not just ideas, but you want to be selling your products. And to sell anything on the internet, it takes a lot of, like, before you even learn the skill, by the time you learn how to monetize it, the train is already passed and it's already too late. There's something greater, bigger, and better. So with those pills of freedom, you pop them, you become exponentially smarter. Those pills of freedom are designed, guys, designed for moms over 40 with tech stack. It shows you what you're gonna learn, how you're gonna here's a notebook Alan that prescribes you and talks about every single thing. Here's a school thing, you could jump in school and follow us on there as well. I'm part of several school communities, but the recent one that I became kind of a big fan of was Andy's community. There's a lot of business owners in there that are that just kind of want to learn, and not just kind of talk about nothing. They want to actually learn. I was surprised. I thought maybe I will never find people who want to learn and build their own the TikTok shop, luxury pet store. But apparently those people exist, but they exist in, like, what I discovered about them, they're so well tuned into their own little world, just because they were misguided and kind of taught that this is what you got to do, that they don't recognize the greater, bigger things that they could do. And sometimes I find that with people, and when I discover people who actually want to learn this stuff, I'm like, damn, this is amazing. I mean, I got approached by a university to teach in cybersecurity, so I'm probably going to do that this January. I already taught like 40 students in cybersecurity, but but this is our own program as part of my talent agency, and you will get those pills of freedom that describe, like, this is how you create a tunnel. Like, did you guys know this is the command that you create a tunnel with? This is the proxy. So what this thing does, it just, let's say, I mean, you're probably thinking, well, how do I have all of this exposed and connect to this app? Well, you could just run this command and it will make it public, your URL. So like right now, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna open that up, CMD, boom, and I'm gonna, so what was the port that we're on? I think we're on port 8081, right? So, I mean, you could do something like this. So, that's that minus n. So then that's that minus n, grep 8081, let's just see. We don't have grep inc. No, this is, we're on Windows now. So anyway, it's probably running right now. We're just gonna go localhost like this, localhost 8081. So right now it's running. Let's go ahead and expose this to the internet. So watch how easy it is to do it. It's just a regular command, and what this command does, it just exposes it to the internet. It gives you like an external URL. So even though I'm running locally, I'm creating a reverse tunnel that makes this thing available. Boom, magic. So this is called a reverse tunnel, sort of like a Cloudflare tunnel, but you just run it, and boom, all of a sudden you'll be like, I bet, you know, it's saying tunnel unavailable. Let's give it a minute to load. It should pop up. Let me just see, localhost 8081. So let's give it a minute. Let's try it again. No, we're not gonna terminate that. Well, let's just restart it again. So this creates like a little proxy inside of your computer, guys, that just makes it externally available. But like, so how are you gonna use that on, let's say if your computer is not turned on, right? Notice how out of a sudden we could do it through external, but you don't want to give it to the rest of the world. You don't want to, like, the thing is, you gotta make money yourself, guys. Don't try to like give your things to other people unless other people are gonna be part of the squad that you're that you're building, a part of your feudal kingdom. So what you want to do, you want to take whatever you do locally, right, guys? What you do locally, you want to work with it locally first. Then you want to throw that into Cloud Run. Cloud Run is basically a container on Google, and you only run it when you use it. So when you don't use it, you don't get it doesn't charge you anything. So you run it like on a containerized environment. Now, keep something in mind. You could run things locally on your N8N, but sooner or later you're gonna do, everything is just getting so cheaper. Like you're not even gonna care about any of those costs, guys. Once you start gonna be spending so much money, you're not even gonna care about those costs. But like, if you're cautious about costs and you feel like, oh, I don't really want to spend any money on this thing, I just want to run things locally, then you can run it locally. In fact, like, look over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a Docker container. Like, you could, if you wanted to play around, and before we do that, let's just take a look at I successfully committed and pushed the latest changes to GitHub repository. So if you wanted to get this access to what I just showed you, all you got to do, guys, is go to BioLink, go to the cat. I love cats. You guys seen plenty of cats examples, and you see over here, you could kind of see the progress of what's going on. If you wanted to go back and typically when you see me drop a YouTube video, you could look at the date of the YouTube video and then go to the date and click on it if you wanted to replicate it, and then you just download that repository and you could replicate what I was doing on YouTube. That's the easiest way if you want to learn that for free. Now, of course, when we finalize and operationalize everything, we make everything in the Pill of Freedom like this, where you just follow instructions. You don't really have to kind of think too much, like, oh damn, like what am I going to do, what command am I going to type. You're going to get all of that, but our goal is not really to train people in just technology, although we have feudal incubators where we train you like with digital faceless marketing and how to build your own AI automation agency and a talent agency. But our goal really is to spawn money on TikTok Shop and with the luxury pet brand products, meaning buying products from China, reselling them for profits, that kind of stuff. But you most certainly could follow this steering up the pot, and all we got to do is just get yourself Gemini. And Gemini is fairly easy, guys. If you're not sure how to use Gemini, go to OpenRouter. OpenRouter is pretty dope. Like, it just makes it super easy. By the way, right, this is what I'm showing is Console Cloud. This is where once you finish everything, so here, how should I say this? So you're gonna have this stuff over here. You're gonna have a bunch of files, and so when you're gonna download the GitHub, you're gonna have a bunch of files. You could run them the same way, communicate with the AI avatar, get the Gemini key. The Gemini key is fairly easy. Just go on Gemini, go to Google Studio, and you get the key. So the key, so a couple of things, right? Console is where you have projects. So basically, the first thing which you guys got to do is create a project, stirring up the pot. So stirring up the pot as the project, and inside of that project, you're going to set up a database using Firebase and Firestore. So definitely watch my previous videos, but this is extremely easy. If you want, you could do this. If you're not sure what I'm referring to, are confused, what you could do is snipe this entire YouTube video, transcribe it, please go to Google Studio and do this. So let's say you're like confused, you're not sure what to do, you see too many things, you see way too many stuff communicating to you, and you really want to learn that, but you're confused. So do this, go to Gemini Google Studio AI and take my YouTube. Once this live is finished, take that YouTube link and send it over here into chat, okay? And just say it and do this. Describe everything that is in this video. I want to build the same type of Gemini Live API avatar that communicates with me back and forth on the screen as I'm going through different steps as I'm building a TikTok shop. And I already created a Stitch UI. I have the interface. I have the repository. And Stitch UI interface, you're gonna see it in the previous, you're gonna see it in previous repositories for Stitch UI. For basically, what you want to do, you want to click on stirring up the pot and look at the history. In there, I included obviously the UI. So what you could do, you could tell after you tell it to transcribe everything from a YouTube video, you tell it to take a look at my repositories on GitHub. So this way you have everything prepared. This way you're gonna be like, oh, I know exactly what Ron Wells told me. AI is gonna be able to detect what I told you. In fact, right now, as I'm communicating with you guys, I'm prescribing to AI. I'm thinking already that you're gonna be communicating with AI, and I'm already instructing AI to go ahead and look at this Ron Wells repositories, to go to my bio link over here, click on the cat, so bio.link/Freedom Fusion System, click on that cat GitHub icon, then download all the repository over here. You're going to see different revisions. If you wanted to follow all the way from the minute I included this version, then the next version, and keep pulling that, and then keep trying and seeing how that works. That's the easiest way for you to learn, and because this way you could see the video and see how I do it. But if you don't want to do any of that and you just wanted to build it from scratch. So this is the building blocks that you're going to need. You're going to need, let me just open up the tech stack. Here's what you're going to do. Here's what you're going to need, guys. Effectively, you're going to do something like this. You're going to need the following components. So some of those are optional, but initially, just for what we're talking about over here, the stirring up the pot includes the following components. So captions app, CapCut. Now, once again, guys, if you don't have that, it's okay. You could still, you're going to at least know what you're going to need to have in order for you to succeed. In order for you to like make more sales, at least you're going to know what tech stack to have, because a lot of people don't even describe that. But stirring up the pot, right now we happen to be in the phase of really building the tech stack, which is really like, if you look at this thing, we have Stitch interface with this. Like, this is a Stitch interface. It's a free site. You go Stitch Google, you design the app, and you include the steps, and I already have it in a repository, all of those steps for you. And they show things like doom scroll, a little bit on TikTok, that kind of stuff. And the idea is we're sending all of these steps. As you're clicking on each of those steps, we're sending them to Firebase. So Firebase is, well, Firebase and Firestore is that interface that you need to, it's a database. So anything that's being, so I click on step 1, boom, the request goes to Firebase. I click on step 2, request goes to Firebase. But I don't want to be just clicking step 1 and don't have an avatar communicating with me. I want avatar also recognize that I clicked on step 1, and it's gonna be like, oh, so you're about to doom scroll on TikTok. Yeah, I got something for you. While doom scrolling, go ahead and scroll for such and such keyword, or such and such, based on your product, whatever you're doing. Search for on TikTok. Search for this marketing angle, and here's an example of how you're gonna get those marketing angles. You're gonna use something like Gist, for example. Gist is, here's an example, because you remember, guys, for anything that you're gonna build, you don't want to get lost. The easiest way for you not to get lost is to remember what you're doing, what you're working on. And the best way to do that is with Gist. Gist allows you to grab those very lightweight JSON file like this that includes all of your offers, include pain points and solution, and a viral script for what you're actually offering. So like this is think of yourself as me. This is my goal over here. My goal is like this. This is what I'm promoting to people. This is what I'm prescribing to my own self. Over here I'm saying, look for TikTok comments about cost of living struggles. Imagine yourself opening up TikTok and searching for living struggles. Like, how would you even come up with such crazy angle to even think of that? And what I do is I say, here's my offer. So here's what I'm searching, but I really want to pivot people to my TikTok shop dropshipping community. Here's the pain point of rising cost of living and property taxes. Here's the solution, right? Earn extra income online through dropshipping. So like the thing is, there's going to be gazillions of people out there on TikTok that you need to convince for them to choose you. And this is the way to do it. So what you want to do, you want to infuse those marketing angles into your own self, into your phone, your iPhone. And so this way you could create a viral script quickly, and you have a little CapCut app pops up, or Captions app pops up on your iPhone, and everything's guided, and you'll be like, I bet, and you just create that script real quick and you hit post. It works like a clock, guys. The problem is, reason why I see so many people failing is because like you just have information overload from all of those. Like, you cannot come up with so many different angles and what to say, how to say it. And you constantly like being a process prisoner, constantly chasing something new and never end up doing anything, because for whatever reason you're constantly being disconnected from your goal. So what we do, we construct your goal, your offer, what you're trying to promote, and we're going to mix that together with what's viral out there, and what makes sense for your offer for your brand. So this way you never have to guess what you're going to post. You're just going to get those prescriptive recommendations sent to you on your iPhone. And when you doom scroll, you respond to people who, for example, I found a guy who was doing like counting property taxes, mortgage, insurance, and like being so stressed out. I went ahead and I was like, I responded to him with this viral script, like, and when I responded to him, I said, hey, the cost of living is indeed high, but but recently I was doing this TikTok shop thing. and I took that same video and I re-blasted it across many similar types of comments. But in order for you to understand that, you don't really even want to understand this, guys, because it's that complex. Or especially if you have so many different strategies. You don't even want to, I don't even want to tell you how this works manually. Sometimes I tell people how it works manually, but I don't even want to do that because it's just a waste of time. Instead, I operationalize it for you. So you just get the prescriptive friendly recommendations with AI avatar guiding you and telling you like, do this, click, 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 and you just do it. And you increase the chances of your success exponentially. So, and that's what we're engineering over here, guys. This is what we're engineering, like how to take this and hand it off to AI avatar, right? And of course, guys, so how you're gonna have a lot of pushback from people when you're gonna start doing anything when it comes to technology. And especially right now, the pushback is gonna be like this. If you're using a regular app, people are gonna be like, well, it's a mobile app, it's not really Apple friendly, whatever. But with this stack, you can combine the latest features of Apple and still be extremely, like, you don't need Apple Store. You don't need to register the app into Apple Store, yet you still have the latest and the greatest functionalities of Apple Intelligence and all the things that iPhone has to offer if you use this tech stack. Like Pushcart. Pushcart seems like a silly app, but this is what creates this wow factor for people. Why? Because you could send signals back directly to your iPhone. So you could be on a go and you could have a little marketing angle infused directly into your iPhone. And when you see that marketing angle, you're going to be like, damn, that's all I got to do. I'm like, yep, bet. And it's going to come in like an iPhone friendly shortcut. It's going to trigger that automation. And that could be any kind of automation. It could be Sora to watermark Spicer. We have this one actually got fairly popular. As soon as we created this one, I was surprised that a lot of people were interested in that. And I didn't really build anything complicated, guys. I just built a way for you to kind of put your own brand on top of Sora to watermarks. And apparently people were like mesmerized by that. But what they were really mesmerized by was those ASMR elements, because I would create like a whisper sounds and all of those things inside of steps as you go through each step, and it would trigger their emotional state. And then when I saw those elements, I was like, I need to do more than just send whisper sounds into iPhones. I needed to do something more, something just crazy, something like what did you guys even see what this thing could do? Let me show you. I'm gonna go to Notebook LM, and I'm just gonna show you guys how I interact, and we're gonna recreate that. So you're gonna be like, oh my god, watch this. I'm gonna launch this, and I'm gonna.
So let's unpack this. You sent over some really.
Watch. I'm gonna interact with my own self through the versions of two different, like, the bottom line is you could hit the join button.
Okay, so let's unpack this. You sent over some really remarkable source materials today.
Did I? Yeah.
It's detailed. Oh, hey, our listener wants to join in.
Yo, squabble up. What the hell are we talking about? Can you describe a little bit more in details for my audience?
Oh, absolutely. More details are always better.
We can definitely refine the target audience description right here.
Because the automation we're looking at today, the steering up the pot system,
it is extremely focused.
It's detailing what might be the most hyper-focused piece.
Okay, tell me more about thread stack. What is that?
That is a great question.
Yeah, that's getting right into the technical weeds.
When we talk about the stack, we are talking about the layers of technology they're using.
It's the technical engine that makes the whole thing run.
And here, the stack is surprisingly complex.
It's got the AI avatar for emotion recognition,
which is then connected to the Gemini Live API for real-time processing.
Plus, the whole thing runs inside the Safari graph.
So, as you guys could see, this thing is fairly amazing, guys. This is amazing, right? You could communicate with your own kind of a version of a YouTube video. So what I do is I go live, like this is a secret that I use, guys. I go live, okay? And then I have a video, YouTube video. And then I just hit the create new notebook and I paste the link. And I hit complete. And then it generates all this crazy stuff, which you seen earlier with this stuff over here. And it generates flashcards. It generates a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm sure you guys already seen what it generates. But the idea...
Welcome back to the deep dive.
So there's a mind map somewhere here. I'm just kind of looking for mind map. So let's see. Interactive mind map flashcards, quizzes. And so quizzes could be okay, you could include that, but just kind of remember what you want to do if you want to succeed, guys. You want to pick the craziest things and you want to do it in a way that other people don't expect it, which is like what we're doing over here. We're taking this crazy concept of like this avatar where you could kind of jump in. Later we will expand that where we're going to add like workshop section. So all the stuff, so this way we don't have to go to Google Notebook LM, paste the YouTube thing. Instead, you just directly from the app click on like workshops, pick a workshop, and do it directly right there. You can interact like that. But also we want to do the interactions, not just, we don't want to replicate Notebook LM, guys. That's not the purpose of what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is we are taking what already exists from many apps, including Notebook LM, and we're making it available for people to iterate through without getting brain overload while being guided. And like this is just a quick example. It's all good and great. We got mind maps. I mean, that's fine, but people are instant, meaning they like when they see something instant, like this AI avatar communicating back, and they want to join and they want to ask questions. But we don't really want them to be asking questions and about random things. We want them to be hyper focused on a specific workflow that we know that works, that we sniped some guru, TikTok guru, found everything about him, found about every strategy, and operationalized it in specific steps that work. We know 100% work, and they just got to do it for their products. They got to follow through the steps. And in regards to that, that's when they could ask questions, and that within that specific set, within that specific construct. But doing anything else would be cost prohibitive, and it would not be good for like for example, like a Sora 2 watermark. Let's say you wanted to take this, you saw this sequence diagram over here, and let's say you wanted to take this Sora 2 watermark spicer. Immediately you guys know that Sora 2 is like all hot platform and everything. Immediately you could be like, oh damn, I'm gonna do exactly what Ron Wells told me. I'm gonna create a shortcut automation, make it all spiced up with all the crazy native functionality features of Apple Intelligence, whatever iPhone has. But on top of it, I'm really gonna have this app that is in a browser, the one like steering up the pod. And while the person is interacting with that app, they're gonna be interacting with your Google Cloud Run on a containerized environment, and they're gonna be in your Firebase, and your Firestore is gonna get everything, all the context, just like I was showing you over here. If I go here, it is gonna be getting all that context, if I was to click here, and this is the, so on the left hand side on the right hand side there's stirring up the pot, and on the left hand side there's Firebase Firestore. So like notice the stirring up local, remember, like look at the URL on top. Technically it feels like I'm running it remote, and when we first test it and make it work locally, guys, you can go ahead and upload that to Cloud Run for yourself or for your customers. So this way it runs centrally. I mean, even if you're running it locally, it still runs centrally on Google. That's the good part about it, on that Firebase Firestore. But the cool part about it, like right here you see a basic interface, but anytime you smile, anytime you do any gestures, it goes into the database and it gets reflected. Now imagine you spending thousands of hours listening to TikTok gurus and getting no results, and instead of doing that, you use something like this, like stirring up the pot, where you create controversy on TikTok for your particular products that you're trying to sell, with the help of a Gemini Live API avatar that interacts with you, guides you, and prescriptively like infuses information and motivates you at the same time, infuses information including smile, emotions, gestures into a database, so you could build your pet brand. And as you follow those routines, you see the results. People buy your products, you spend money, you could be like literally interacting with a avatar in real time and having so much fun. You're gonna get more fulfillment from doing this, because you know that this stuff works and you're getting marketing angles. And when you click on each of those launch buttons, it opens up your shortcuts that are native on your iPhone, that looks just like a regular that have similar functions, that pretty much the same functions as the native apps, without you having to go through approval process of a store, Apple Store or anything like this, and instead have the latest and the greatest functions. But remember, guys, remember when I told you about that TikTok shop guru, where I learned from him how he sells physical products? I took those instant factors for how he says people are like visual creatures, you gotta show them the transformation and everything. And what I did is when I engineer things, I don't just go ahead and say, give me a sequence diagram for everything that I need to engineer. No, what I do is I just scroll through the features of the iPhone app to see what are the hottest features, and then after that I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and snipe some TikTok guru real quick. I doom scroll a little bit to see until I find somebody who has a lot of comments on their videos. Then I snipe their strategy, operationalize it, and then go back to the same video to sell it to the people that were all liking the comments. Now, it works like a clock, guys. You'd be surprised. And those TikTok gurus, they get pissed off. They block you right away. That I have multiple accounts. I still get through them. The cool part about it, even if they block you, there's a new guru every single day that pops up on TikTok. So you're never going to run out of those. Those automations are just going to be perfect for you. The stirring up the pot is the automation where you go and you find a viral comment, you respond to it with a marketing angle that is being fetched directly on the phone, and then it tells you, by the way, go ahead and find another video that is relevant to your product that has a bunch of controversial comments. Copy that and paste that from your iPhone, from your spoke iPhone. Now, how would you automate that, guys? Well, that's what stirring up the pot did. It was able to automate that on 2 iPhones. And you guys, if you want, you could operationalize it, work together with us, build it further. And heck, if people buy it, you make some money with us, and you learn. You learn and earn. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. We do have some of those learn and earn opportunities. Plus, it will help you build your own luxury pet store. Worst case scenario, if you don't learn anything with something that registers in your mind, at least you're gonna have a beautiful skill that will be carried over into your future you. With this skill, guys, this is the future. Like, you, as soon as you seen this live, you immediately knew that this is the future. Like, you were able to recognize that this is the future. We're living already in the future, but if you want to make money, like, in order for you to break through people's minds, this is what you have to do. I'm going to teach, like, so step number one, next time when you guys do lives and show any of those systems while you're coding, showing what you do, like, go ahead on a background, turn on this thing so this way it plays on a background, because some of you will say, well, I don't know, like, how can I do that? The truth is, guys, you're going to be building your product for maybe like 5 or 6 months straight. So you could execute the strategy where you could pick a video that you created that kind of describes what you're trying to do on YouTube, and then include that in a notebook, then hit it play in a background, and while it's playing, you are building the system. Because the truth is, you're not going to be able to explain to those people. Like, if you're going to start talking and trying to build, you will fail. People are not going to listen to you. But if you do this, what I just showed you, you're going to be able to break through their minds and be able to finally sell to them something that they would need, something that they definitely need. They just don't know that they need it because they never seen your style. But if you show them that this is your style, they're gonna get so cooked, and then it's gonna get to the point sooner or later where you're gonna be like, oh, I don't really need to do that. I just want to make money on TikTok Shop. The reason why I'm doing it is because obviously, guys, we're doing this together, and building this together is a lot easier than trying to spin up your own TikTok Shop on your own. And I mean, it's just exponentially easier. If you do it alone by yourself, you could do it, but you will probably run out of breath. You're not gonna get that same level of fulfillment, guys. You're just gonna be like, damn, things are not working out. If you guys are interested, you could learn more about how to build your feudal kingdom, your TikTok shop. Just go to our Freedom Fusion Flip workshops to learn more about our TikTok shop dropshipping. This is the workshops where we help you learn how to build your feudal kingdom and either keep it or flip it. And of course, our hyper focus is help you develop that path. And our thread stack is our digital power bundle for moms over 40 that has everything moms need to grow on socials, including threads. Speaking of threads, let's go ahead and do some thread stacking. So we're gonna do, and of course you guys could go through this and see more about what the Freedom Fusion system is. You could like watch those videos, etc., learn more about thread stack. But this is our $14.99 per month offer, where you could get access to our Freedom Fusion automations. You get access to our workshops, premium workshops. You get access to our guides, premium guides. You get encouragement, accountability, and support at a higher priority than for free members. And this is our just like low ticket offer for white thread stack. But if you wanted to go beyond thread stack and wanted to join our feudal incubators, we do have very good feudal incubators for you, where you could learn specifically a core skill like digital faceless marketing. And as you're learning that, or like content development or digital marketing, or we have multiple feudal incubators. And when you get onboarded, guys, we talk to you, we'll discuss like what exactly you're missing skills in. And even before we talk to you, we send you to FUD. FUD is a community where you join, get access to ThreadStack, where you could actually talk to me in real time and ask questions, that kind of stuff, and I would guide you. But like, plus subscribing to ThreadStack gives you discounted access into our feudal incubator, where you get those pills of freedom that I was showing you earlier from Notion, and they get dropped directly into Slack. So this way, once you get onboarded, they get dropped directly into Slack channel. So this way you could learn it. This way you're going to be connected to this, like everything was going on, like all of those pills of freedom that we're dropping. So right now I'm just kind of showing the videos, but also when we create Notion, So we have transcript anytime we go online, etc. You get a little Zoom meeting, and those are the pills of freedom that you get access to. And when we construct them, our Feudal Incubators members get them, and you could follow the instructions to execute things. But at the same time, I kind of want you guys to learn how to not just like constantly follow everything in the pill of freedom, but be able to recreate what's in any kind of workshop that I do just by using some AI techniques. Because when I create those workshops, I communicate not only with you but with AI, and AI already, like, just by you feeding this workshop that you just seen right here into Google Notebook LM, you are going to be able to, your Gemini session is going to be supercharged with incredible powers to go ahead and continue building this idea. So this way you don't have to like explain it multiple times. The only thing you do want to do is when you start building this, create a little file. It's called generate.md, and inside of generate.md you want to include like the goal of what you're focusing on, and of course you could just feed that into a Gemini Live API, Google Studio, my YouTube video, and say, can you please describe the goal over here, and then you generate the MD file. So next time when you run Gemini Live, it's going to refer to that file, and it's going to know exactly what you're building. And of course you want to use it in combination with pulling the Git libraries, Git repositories, and just going through all of this. And of course, guys, we have different, so once you join if you were to join our Feudal Incubator, you would get access to our Freedom Fusion System CRM. You would get access to Pills of Freedom. You would get access to live workshops where you could ask questions from our feudal hustlers, and those takes place in Zoom. And of course, you can also resell them. You can resell Freedom Fusion System CRM for extra money, and our Freedom Fusion automations, and our thread stack, and our Feudal Incubators for additional extra income. And also while you're building your brand, which is a pretty good deal. Plus, you have your own book appointment system, you have your own SMS phone number, you have email nurturing campaign, you have all of these techniques, psychology tricks to go ahead and approach business owners and connect them to your system. And the way it would look like is, you would be, if you were to join our Feudal Incubators, you would have your own sub account in Freedom Fusion System CRM, and depending on what you chose, depending on what you want to do, if you wanted to learn TikTok Shop affiliate program, you would pick Freedom Fusion Content. If you wanted to learn how to build your own AI automation, you would join this Feudal Incubator Freedom Fusion track. And of course, Freedom Fusion Digital, if you wanted to learn digital faceless marketing. And if you wanted to have access to this, either Freedom Fusion Automations or Freedom Fusion System CRM, then you would pick some of those services. Now, we also offer, if you're interested in our Feudal Kingdom Academy, this is if you're an existing business owner and you wanted to get connected with side hustlers who can sell for you and increase your sales, that kind of stuff. You would pick that, and then you would pick the sales rep who referred you. If you don't have a sales rep, go jump in our FUD. You'll get a discount once you talk to our sales rep, who can guide you. If you're not sure, you could always just pick me, Ron Wells. And of course, guys, you could also become a sales rep and sell our Freedom Fusion system and our Freedom Fusion automations, which are personalized and non-personalized. And you could learn more about it on going by buy link. We've been featured by Pepsi, billion-dollar company, created a drink after my company name, after they seen the crazy marketing that we do. It's absolutely insane. I still can't believe they created a drink. But yeah, take a look. Freedom Fusion, Mountain Dew, summer edition of 2024. Mountain Dew is I'm sure you've seen Mountain Dew drink, but billion-dollar company Pepsi decided to name their drink Freedom Fusion. They love the marketing so much. I wrote a letter to them, and yeah, you can learn more about it over here in this channel, and you can learn more about automations, etc. What they are, how they are, in here, like those pills of freedom, what they offer. You could click on it. If you wanted to resell for something for you get 360-degree video. So if you wanted to sell something for real estate investors, some automations, and we could train you in that for how to do that as well. Our focus right now is luxury pet moms over 40 and the TikTok shop. But of course, guys, if you come to us and say, well, I don't do anything luxury related with pet moms or any TikTok shops, but I have a plumbing business and I wanted to do that, then we most certainly can help you. We could still navigate you and guide you in building that system. So this way you have all those chatbots. And I didn't even show you a lot of stuff, guys. But like, this is our Freedom Fusion system. Here's our talent agency. This is our structure. You join if you were to join our feudal incubators, you would get connected with feudal lords and Freedom Fusion Path community. So feudal lords are like business owners. So imagine squabbling up together with other business owners. And of course, you would get access to, depending on which feudal incubator you pick, you learn one set of hybrid skills. There's different core area of focus. So if it's Freedom Fusion Digital, then it's digital faceless marketing. If it's Freedom Fusion Track, then it's building your own AI and automation agency and a talent agency. You learn how to do that. If it's Freedom Fusion Content, then it's everything you learn about TikTok shop, how to become an affiliate, that kind of stuff. But if you wanted to learn anything about, if you wanted to build your own TikTok shop, just go here and fill out the form over here, put the name, email, proceed to checkout, and you get access to our free course into our community for TikTok shop. If you wanted to learn more about our talent management services, how we can help you manage your talent, if you have a talent of some sort and you wanted to take it to the next level, we provide those services as well. And we provide trained side hustlers to business owners. So this way, business owners don't have to guess about who am I going to get, a freelancer or somebody who totally doesn't understand any ways of marketing or how to build any of those systems. So what we do, we train side hustlers from across the world and with different types of hybrid skills that are not taught in college. And what we do, we snipe TikTok gurus, we operationalize them into automations and hand them off to side hustlers to execute, to get some of those hands-on skills. And of course, this is just a quick buy link is a place for you to go and to kind of see. We have a bunch of automations for you on here as well to use, like ThreadsBot's responder. Let's go ahead and do some threads stacking. I wanted to do that real quick, show it to you, just to kind of give you context of behind one of those automations. So let's go ahead and open up Docker, and I'm going to do some threads stacking. So Docker is local. So let's say you wanted to build something local, and you'd be like, damn, you know what? I don't really want to do online thing. I want to do local. So you could turn on the Docker, and boom, right now the container is running on a port 5678. So what is that happening? There's an init instance that's sitting behind the scenes that are being kind of fired up, and it's loading up right now. It's gaining some speed, that kind of stuff. And right now what it's going to do is going to give me flexibility to use certain Chrome extensions like this one to do a little bit of threads stacking. So this way I can get more leads, get more people to join my feudal kingdom, or somebody who wants to build some of those automations or resell any kind of Freedom Fusion system, CRM, or Freedom Fusion automations, or thread stack, or anything relevant to digital faceless marketing. I could search for that, and I could specify, make it, let's say, 5 posts in a wait time 3 seconds. And Boom. It started doing it. On the back end, there's N8N instance. The reason why I like N8N, it works like a clock. You set up this automation and boom, it's just there. Like right now, it's not me typing. My computer is not, I don't have my hands on a keyboard, or on a keyboard. But, and heck, I wouldn't be able to type like that. In fact, I'd be wipe coding or threads stacking my way into freedom on one screen, while on the other screen, this is what's happening. Now, this is called Threads Bots Responder. It's available on my bio link. Take a look if you want it. You can have it. But it's a little extension. You create it, you have it, you run it right away, and you're good to go. Except the problem is with all of those extensions, guys, like, you're gonna forget to do even this. Sure, I mean, notice right away what we got. Do we have a like? Let's see. Typically, okay, so we got somebody followed 1 hour ago, so that's cool. But let's pick some other keyword. Of course, when it comes to thread stacking, you're gonna learn how to use threads to build your own feudal kingdom. So, for example, as you can see, I have everything categorized into different feeds. This was one of my threads over here. I could go ahead and I could be like, you know what? When you do thread stacking, you go ahead and you could repost or you could requote. So if you do a requote like this, it looks a bit spammy because it just doesn't have the original video. But if you do it like this, and if you click on it and you click quote and put over here topic, and you put pet shops, or like, let's say put digital mom or stay at home mom. Psst, I got you something. So you could, instead of being constantly like thinking of new things to create, guys, you could come back to those feeds and hit them hard with pre-created crazy looking videos that have your brand already in there. As you can see, there's thread stack, everything is promoting thread stack, and you just hit them hard. You go in and you do that. Now, if you wanted to do something very special and learn even more hybrid skills, you could expand this idea what I just showed you, which works like a clock, guys, and expand it further by not me doing it or you doing it, but have a little browser extension or something that's just doing it. Now, I do have such extension now, but it's like a different way of it. It scans. It basically makes it easy for you to pick a comment, highlight the comment, and it's going to respond with a thread like this. And you could take a look at my previous workshops for how to do that. But if you had to do this manually, you would do like this: stay-at-home mom. This is what they don't want you to know. So this is a GMV max technique. So the thing is, take a look at my previous workshops, guys, where I show you where I have a spreadsheet of all the threads inside of that spreadsheet. And when you respond to comment like this, right? Let's say I wanted to respond. You pick this, you pick like a extension. There's another extension, not this one, but there's another extension that I show. And maybe I have it here. Let me see. No, I don't have it here. Let me see, maybe I have it in my edge. But this extension is where you could create multiple bots inside of it, but you control it. So you control it. Okay, this one, ask screenshot for ChatGPT. So you include so each section represents a bot. So here's what I mean. If I was to go here, watch this, like continue. I'm not logged in. Damn. Okay. I don't know if I have the correct password. I may have to skip that step. Okay, never mind. So but what this thing does, you highlight the comment on threads, right click and it pops up this extension. And this extension is, it's gonna have your threads baked in. Watch my previous workshops where I talk about it, but it's called Ask Screenshot for ChatGPT. And so this way you don't have to remember, like, oh, like for example, I took entire spreadsheet and I pasted it in here with each thread. Like let's say this one is relevant to my Threads Slacker product. And when I right click on somebody else's comment, it would just go and it would respond to them. I'm too lazy to log in into my threads from my Edge, but here's an example of, you see how I kind of included inside of their account URL, right? Here's another one over here. So anytime I go, anytime I highlight somebody's comment, the way it would work, I would right click. Let's say I found somebody communicating on threads, and be like, oh, you know what? I don't want to think how to respond. I just highlight like this, right click, and then that extension will pop up. It will show up when you do that. So with your Edge. So I don't know if I could show it to you now, but let's see. So let's see. Ask ChatGPT. You see right here? Each of this, I gave them names, like pet names for each one. Let's say Gucci. Boom. As soon as I click Gucci, boom, the whole thing come back and say, I highlighted the Freedom Fusion system. And then what it did, it came back right away. And this is a message. Haha, okay, boss mom, sounds like you already got Empire running smoother than Starbucks. And then boom, it has the entire context over here. So if you want, I could, like, because I'm feeling lazy to reset my password, I could show you what I mean. Let's say I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to Edge, right? Let's pretend we open that up, right? And I'm going to do like this, and I'm just going to paste that thing, right? And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to say Gucci. And right now, all that was pasted. Respond to comment and away. Haha, yes, Quinn, no more. What should I post today? Panic attack at 9 a.m. That's the real side hustle. Glow up. You're already running your biz. Ready to turn $1 into 3 like true feudal mompreneur? Come train inside Feudal Kingdom Academy. You see, like, it takes that offer, right? And you could respond back to, everything is preset across multiple chatbots. Multiple bots that allows you to have that granular control. Then what I could do is I could respond like this. How far is that? So this way you don't have to remember, like, oh damn, I need to think of how to respond to this person, create a video that is extremely personalized. No, your bot is gonna pick a video that is already available for you, that you already created and spent so much time on. But maybe you got lazy and didn't update them, and didn't update your bot like that, like the one that I showed you. So, and then just imagine how much money, like how much time you're losing. And look, this is how it looks like after that drop. How much time you're losing for not doing that, for just doing this alone, just this step alone that I just described. Like literally could change your entire marketing game around, guys. Like imagine if you have created like 1,000 threads and you have 5 videos like this, and you can't get them in front of other people. Imagine how much you're missing out. Can you guys imagine? And look, my $14.99 offer is in there for ThreadStack. Guys, you want to be consistent and congruent when building your brand and showing insane your offer almost in every video, guys. Now, some video, of course, you want to be varying it, but the idea here is you could see my offer for ThreadStack is in every single one of those videos. So it becomes extremely easy for you to run that routine. But even that routine, you're going to forget to run. You're going to be like, oh man, you know, I'm feeling busy. I'm whipping out some other crazy automation. You know, I don't have time for that. Or you never end up doing it. You never end up, like, you just end up doing something else and going to the next thing. So that's the whole reason why we're doing this. We're creating singular centralized interface that guides you So this way you open up one thing and you get access to all of those strategies, all of those routines. So this way you know what to do on Threads, you know what to do on like TikTok, and you get guided through all of those steps. So this way your brand is growing and you don't feel like a process prisoner, like not knowing what to do, but instead you do it, you just do it. And of course, guys, this is another Sora 2 overlay watermark thing that I was telling you about. Notice how brand context is stacked on top in combo with BioSpice Social Blaster, another automation that makes it easy for you to create like bio links like this, videos. Take a look at that if you haven't had a chance to do that. And this is what the Sora 2 watermark spicer looks like. And once again, the whisper affects the elements, but instead of me do those speaking elements, which is good and great, they work like clock. I notice, especially if you make the phone shake or kind of vibrate, you're gonna create like this effect that just mesmerizes people into being addicted to their phones, guys. That's what you're gonna learn as well how to do. And over here, what I'm basically doing is I'm opening up CapCut. You already have CapCut on your phone. I mean, if you don't have CapCut, guys, you better get CapCut. I mean, this thing is 100% you're gonna need that to build your brand. But with the CapCut, I mean, you're already gonna have templates for your offer. Remember the offer that I was telling you about? Remember the offer, join the TikTok shop, right? You're gonna have multiple offers throughout your journey, but like you will have some like master offer that you're gonna be giving to people. But that offer could be baked in directly inside of those templates, like the templates you see over here. And I'm kind of showing it to you. This is just a Sora 2 watermark spicer. And what you see is just everything you're being guided what to do. On your own, you're never going to remember to do any of those things that I just described, to be guided like that on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. You're not going to be remember to do that. But this is what you want to do. To like, I just took a regular video from Sora and included template brand context on top, my call to action, and then I even expanded it further and connected to BioSpice Social Blaster, and I said, hey, do you wanna connect like interconnect your BioSpice Social Blaster video, like an extra video? Over here it opens up Google Drive and says go ahead and upload that video. And then when you upload that video on YouTube, there's a YouTube folder in a Google Drive. When you upload it there, it instantiates Zapier automation, because we have Zapier, we have an A10, and we use Zapier for some of those really, like, you could accelerate your brand building process with Zapier because it has lots of interactions with different apps. So whatever we could offload to Zapier, we do. But over here, we just upload that, and boom, the stupid thing ends up being, we get a Slack notification on a phone. This is what Freedom Fusion system allows you to do, interconnect with Zapier. And as you can see, you see want more sales, Freedom Fusion path, this is my offer coming in, here's my digital power bundle, here's my call to action. Everything in one spot with a spiced up buy link, connected together in one video. And of course, guys, anytime you run BioSpice Social Blaster or any other kind of automations, you get new link, you get a new video. And of course, guys, as you can see right now, I'm like entering another skill in front of you. I'm entering the skill of thread stacking. Notice how it's constantly being reinforced, the same kind of thing, 1499, 1499, 1499. Notice how BioSpice, how profile looks different, absolutely insane, right? But it's centralized. There's a common denominator being infused into TikTok shop dropshipping. Build your own pet store. But it's mesmerizing, it's captivating. Yet it shows thread stress. What is thread stress? It's another guide that's part of our Thread Stack digital power bundle that helps you reduce stress while you're building your luxury pet brand. Now, notice how over here I didn't overlay my call to action or anything like this. I still left the Sora 2 logos lingering around. But did you guys know that if you like if you don't show that Sora 2, you don't want to show Sora 2 watermark, because people are gonna be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna try to do something else. I'm gonna try to get some other stuff, because they're gonna think it's AI, right? So you don't want to give them the reason to think that it's AI. Anyway, guys, so this is what it is. You could learn more about it. We're making a lot of progress. I'm gonna finalize this workshop, but this is the skill of thread stacking. What we're gonna do, we're gonna turn off, the Docker, because otherwise the Docker container is gonna get, like, typically just eats up so much. What happens on the background, guys, when you run Docker, it creates extra CPU, and it just becomes really unmanageable. So what I do is I turn off Docker desktop, and I do CMD WSL minus shutdown. I always do that. That removes the resources from WSL. So right now, this is what's going on, guys. This is how it works. Does N8N work like a clock? Yes, it works like a clock, guys. You've seen how quickly I was able to just use this basic automation and just kind of search through the keywords while it was responding to people. And then when you do that, people would like, comment, etc. You get to grow more faster. That kind of stuff. This is what's going on, guys. Anyway.